double homicide.
Jamie, thank you so much for more on this story. Let's bring in Stephen A. Smith. And I go with Ian's article. He describes, Hernandez's demeanor as happy and positive inside the courtroom just 5 days ago.
Right.
What was your reaction this morning when you heard about his death?
I wasn't shocked, believe it or not. I mean, obviously, I'm a law and order fanatic, so I'm thinking about foul play and all of this other stuff. But then you go by the reports and you take it for what it is, and they say it's a suicide, and that's what it is. And I guess what resonated with me was the fact that his 4-year-old daughter was in the courtroom for the first time. He was seeing her for the first time. And so you could smile or you could cry and you could sit up there and say, all right, I got off on this double murder charge. But you were still sentenced to life imprisonment without a possibility of parole. And everybody talked about the possible appeal, but the state of Massachusetts calls for an automatic appeal in those situations. Chances of him having that conviction overturned were slim to none. Then you've got the 4 to 5 year weapons charge that was placed on top of the life conviction. I just think he woke up one day, a few days later, and said, this is the rest of my life, and I'm only 27 years of age. And I think that the moment hit him that it was just too much for him to take anymore. It was bad enough that the Patriots winning championships and you weren't there, and you were incarcerated, and you were no longer a millionaire after signing a $40 million contract. All of that stuff is tantamount enough. But then when you just see your 4-year-old daughter for the first time, and know that's probably going to be the last time. And you're looking in the mirror and you realize that you literally went from having everything to having absolutely nothing because you threw your life away. I just think that it's conceivable that somebody would say it's too much to take and I don't want to do this anymore.
We see video of the courtroom there, and we heard that the young daughter and Aaron Hernandez, her dad, blowing kisses to each other inside the courtroom on Friday. How would you describe this, the Aaron Hernandez story at 27, especially the last 4 years? But what we saw at Florida, the young kid here in Bristol, everybody loved him. Couldn't say nicer things about him and his family. Then he goes to Florida, finds some trouble, goes into the draft as a 4th-round pick, becomes a star with the Patriots team. And then what we saw the last
Well, I would echo the sentiments of Bill Belichick, the coach for the New England Patriots. I would call it a tragedy. I mean, to come from the environment that he came from, yes, his father passing away had a profound effect on him and what have you. But in the end, you still were able to go to college, have a scholarship, you have a chance at an education, ultimately elevate yourself to the National Football League despite some of your troubles in college. You go to the pros, and you don't go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You don't go to the Los Angeles Rams under the Jeff Fisher era or somebody like that. You go to the New England Patriots. Tom Brady is throwing you passes. Bill Belichick is coaching you. And Robert Kraft is the man cutting the check for you. It really doesn't get any better than that. And you literally have it all. And you throw it away. You get into an argument with somebody, and you take him to a pond a mile away from your house, and you shoot him 6 times, while a man was probably begging for his life. Listen, my heart goes out to his daughter. My heart goes out to his family, his mom, his loved ones, and everybody. But this is not an individual that deserves our sympathy. It's tragic. Make no mistake about it. And certainly when you think about the issues of suicide, you want to be sensitive to that because you have individuals with mental health issues, and we understand how profound of an issue that is. But as it pertains specifically to Aaron Hernandez himself, there is no sympathy this way. Please don't look for it here.
No, you won't get it here either. And our sympathy also goes out to the Odin Lloyd family.
That's right.
As well, with that tragedy. How do you feel about the Patriots? Because the timing of this couldn't be worse. The Super Bowl champion Patriots visiting the White House and visiting President Trump today under this news. How do you think they should handle it?
Well, I think, first of all, I agree with Adam Schefter. I was listening to him earlier on Mike and Mike. Don't duck anything. Do the interviews. Answer questions. Take about 5 to 10 minutes out of your schedule for the day and answer whatever appropriate questions are conveyed to you about Aaron Hernandez. He was a teammate of Tom Brady. He did play under Bill Belichick, and he did cash checks cut to him by Robert Kraft. It's incumbent upon them to stand up and answer whatever questions people may have. about their relationship with Aaron Hernandez and what their emotional state of mind is like at this particular moment in time. Because obviously people have their own feelings about who our president is and them going to the White House and Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and Robert Kraft, specifically their relationship with Donald Trump. But this Aaron Hernandez incident is separate and apart from all of that. They have nothing to do with it. It's not their fault he conducted himself that way. But nevertheless, he was a member of the Patriots family. And the tragedy that Bill Belichick alluded to, today would be the appropriate day to elaborate on that in some capacity.